Hey everybody, it's me, JTJ. I'm back with another King of the Hill review. Sorry I've been taking so long, by the way. I just been so caught up and busy with stuff. But I'm here now and I'm gonna talk to you guys today about this episode of King of the Hill called Luann's Saga. The director of this episode is Patty Shangawa. Sorry if I mispronounced the name. I'm just gonna put it in subtitles what the name is right here. Anyway, it's also supervised director again, Leslie Archer, as usual. I mean, I'm pretty sure he is the only supervising director on all these episodes at this point. Maybe for this season, I don't know. I'm not touching that one. The main writers of this episode, of course, again, is Mike Judge and Greg Daniels. The writer of this episode is Paul Lieberstein. I hope I pronounced that right. Staff writers are Johnny Hardwick and Jim Dotrieve. And the guest star of today's episode he's a reoccurring guest star, by the way, I may add, is Chuck Mangione. Yes, I own one of his records. Don't call me a weirdo. I just like his music. Anyway, the episode basically starts out with Hank trying to get something out of his his den, aka Luann's room for the first few seasons, but we're not going to get into that right now. And she eventually moves out twice, but we're not going to get into that right now. Anyway, he's struggling to find something. She gives him a toolbox, blah, blah, blah. We get to a part where Luann gets dumped by Buckley, and then it turns into this.
Fish sticks?
Oh. Hey, I was almost killed at work
Okay,
today.
Hank, please. Try and be sensitive. Okay, honey, go ahead. You let it out. It is natural. This is the healing process.
Yeah, pretty much. Then we get into the part of the episode that I think is very interesting, in my opinion. We get to the part where Hank bonds with Luann and develops kind of like a father-daughter relationship with Luann. And yeah, it segues into her basically going there with Hank, Peggy, Bill, and all them for some kind of, I don't know, dancing night. I guess they go dancing at this place every week. I'm not sure. But we see Bill dancing with Peggy to distract Peggy when they're trying to find Luann a new boyfriend. And quite frankly, they show a segment of Luann's past boyfriends that I just find very funny. I remember when I first saw this episode, I bought it on DVD because I got really into King of the Hill. And I remember I'm just watching this with one of my uncles, and he's just laughing harder than I was because I guess I didn't get it yet. Now I kind of do, now that I'm older. It's just kind of funny like that. Anyway, we get to the part where Luann meets this guy. I'm gonna say it. This scene right here, Hank has a conversation with him. Yeah, I'm just gonna come right out and say it. If he's a varsity football player who obviously is in high school, because that's what varsity means in high school, because I played on a varsity football team, and let me tell you, I never heard of no high schoolers being allowed to drink in a bar. Yes, he's drinking Alamo when he sees Hank, and then Hank buys him an Alamo. I'm no expert on 1990s Texas laws, but I'm pretty sure back then you had to be 21 to drink there. I'm just guessing. Don't quote me on that. I don't live in Texas. I didn't live in Texas back then. But I'm pretty sure there's laws that say you can't go drinking in bars in Texas if you're under 21. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Anyway, we get to the part where Luann gets a ride home from Boomhauer, and she kisses him on the cheek, by the way, because, it was kind of a thank you. And Hank's like, I'm just going to call this guy Skipper, because the way Luann describes him, he's kind of a skipper. No, bad skipper, bad. Anyway, we get to the part where Hank just kind of kicks Luann out of the house, and then Hank's getting lectured by Peggy.
Well, hope in one hand and poo in the other. See which one gets full first. You are out of your depth, Hank Hill. You've opened a Pandora's box. A box that has a sign that reads, "For women only." As long as it took that river to carve the Grand Canyon, that is how long women have been learning to subtly manipulate relationships. You only think it's easy because we make it look easy. Did you really believe you could step in and fix it overnight? Could you really be such a fool? Woe is you, Hank Hill. Woe is you.
Yeah, it's pretty much one of those things. But, we cut to a part where Luann runs into him at a restaurant that actually exists, by the way, called Louie's, or Luli's. I can't pronounce it right. Sorry. Anyway, basically, we just see Luann basically crying, and then Hank says, "Oh boy, she got dumped by Boomhauer," and then Peggy mumbles, "Boomhauer didn't dump her, you did." Well, we all know the scene. If you're a true fan of King of the Hill, you know what I'm talking about. If you're new to the show and you're just cheating to impress some girlfriend or press somebody, bad. Anyway, we get to the ending where Hank just surrenders his den and makes it into Luann's room, which I found pretty sweet and touching. Not gonna lie. It's a pretty good episode. But my rating for this episode is, I'm going to give it a 10. I think this is the first time on my channel I've given something a 10. So that speaks loud volumes about this episode. If I'm wrong about that, I am so sorry. I review so much stuff at this point. I can't keep track of what I give 10s on my channel. I may have given a 10 on Pragmatic Addict's channel. By the way, check out his channel. He just did a review. So, check it out. Anyway, till then, stay tight.